So I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you
so
for joining me. I guess I can consider you an expert on The Office.
an expert with terrible memory, but sure.
I mean, I consider you an expert in all TV related items, I guess I can say.
That's right.
So
I'll take it. Okay.
Label you as an expert going forward. You're the expert. Uh,
Okay, great. So everything I say is gospel and right.
Pretty much, yeah. Anything you say and whatever we read on the internet is true.
Of course.
So,
Yeah. That's what I was taught.
anyways, so let's start off by saying we're gonna talk about the greatest TV show ever made.
That's right.
It's pretty good. The Office.
Yeah.
I think everybody should know what The Office is.
Yeah, you don't even have to say the name. It's just the greatest TV show. People should know.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I haven't found anybody that's told me they didn't like it.
Well, I tried to watch it 3 or 4 times and hated it every time. I only actually sat through and watched it for the first time like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
And
same,
then,
same.
yeah, but then I don't know, like, I don't know what clicked, but I think what it was is I skipped the first season.
The first season was good though.
Yeah, once I knew the characters, I went back and I
It's
was like, oh, okay, I get it, but I
it's
didn't get it at first.
it's funny because the first season, you rewatch it and you see Michael. He's like going bald and all this. It looks like it's like the first season of a TV show, but then
Oh, yeah.
as soon as you start the second season, even the lighting is better. I mean, everybody looks better. It's amazing how I
Yeah.
guess I mean like you, I saw it probably 2 years ago, the first time I ever saw it,
Yeah.
and then I mean.
Yeah. I know. Do you listen, not to cut you off, but do you listen to that podcast, the, that Jenna Fisher and, Angela do
No, somebody told me to
about The
listen to
Office?
it, but I forgot about it.
Yeah, they go through like episode by episode and talk about behind the scenes stuff and how it was written and just fun stuff about each episode, and that's their whole podcast.
Is it good
And
though?
yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, they're goofy ladies, but they did talk about the first season that none of them expected it to be any more than the 6 episodes that they had. And so a lot of the characters were just like half baked, not like, not expected to be important. Like all of accounting, they didn't really expect to have any big role at all.
I know
And
that
then,
I saw that I forgot where I heard it. It was probably a clip behind the scenes or something. They said
yeah.
Phyllis wasn't even supposed to be a character on the show, but I guess they liked her. I think they liked her so much they just made her into a character, and it just
Yeah, I think that, yeah.
it wasn't there. I heard it somewhere else, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure some of I better. I guess I can start listening to them. I should.
It's pretty good. It's like I put it on between other things because they're really calm.
Hmm.
And I listen to some pretty crazy, like, I'll listen to Bobby Lee and like Theo Vaughn for like 2 hours. Okay, let me put on some Office for a second.
You forgot Santino.
Oh, yeah, well, whatever, Bobby plus one.
Yeah, yeah, they're hilarious. But all right, so
Yeah,
let's
they're
get
good.
into some good topics. So, who do you think is the worst character?
Oh,
Or not okay, let's maybe not the worst, but your least favorite character because I'm sure it's different for
oh,
everybody.
easy. My least favorite character is Ryan. I cannot stand him. Every time, like, he just gets worse and worse. I think he's supposed to kind of be a quote unquote villain, but he's so grating and he just gets worse. They're good at it. So I guess in a way it's like it's a well written character, but oh, I hate him. I hate him every time he's on the screen. That's easy.
So Ryan, I mean,
Ryan, yeah.
uh, yeah, I guess. I
He's
mean,
grating.
I know what you mean, but I think that's how they made him. They wrote him to be that way.
Right.
I can't hate him because I'm like that's what you're supposed to be. I think
No.
what I'm thinking is like one character that isn't supposed to be annoying, but you find him annoying or her annoying.
Oh, I don't, it's like, I guess I have friends that can't stand Pam. right? And
Right.
I love Pam. I love Pam. I think she's great. But I've got friends, and every time that they talk about things that are annoying with characters, I say the same thing that you just said, which is like, yeah, but it was written to be that way. They're supposed to be that way. I think there's not a single character. Well, I think I'm only thinking of core cast. If we go down the line, they made a lot of mistakes. Like Robert California, I can't stand that character. It just went on for too long, you
Yeah,
know?
he was pretty bad. I mean, when they introduced
And
him and then they finally said that he was going to be I guess, what, the CEO, I was like,
yeah,
really? Yeah, yeah, you could have do
yeah.
better.
And I wanted him, it's like, okay, you can do this for an episode or two because they started kind of, it seemed like they were just going to be rotating people in and out.
Yeah.
They kept him for way too long. I did not think he was funny.
I think,
I mean,
I mean, the
he had
show,
his moments.
I mean, like I said, I don't know, I forgot what year it ended, but I'm sure it was so popular that they could have gone with that. Like every few episodes, switch up the managers. I think that would have been hilarious. Get another famous person in there.
Yeah, just do some cameos. Like you might, or not even cameos, but just get some people randomly in there. And well, no, I think they should have just ended it because it's kind of like with Glee. I mean, it's not the same caliber at all, but Glee was really big in my life, and that show just went on and on and on. And Scrubs, it's like shows that just refuse to die,
Uh,
and then
is
it's just a
is
sad
Glee still
ending.
on?
No, but it went for like 2 seasons too long. And same with Scrubs and The Office, unfortunately.
Well, I've never seen Glee or Scrubs, so I have no idea what you're talking
Shame.
about.
Maybe not shame, but
I saw
shame for
I
Scrubs.
saw a few episodes of Scrubs, but Glee never got into it.
Yeah, I don't get into Glee. I look back and I'm like, what in the heck? But I was the right age for it.
I'm not planning
But
to, don't
Scrubs
worry.
is good. But Scrubs is good. You should look into Scrubs.
Okay. Yeah, I saw a few episodes.
I
They're okay, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's not The Office, but it's Scrubs. It's still iconic.
Maybe
Uh,
when I have nothing better to do and I'm retired and I'm an old man, I'll go back and watch it in my
okay,
spaceship.
great. Sounds like never. Okay. Uh, so so who's your least favorite then? What's your answer to that question?
I didn't like Jim. Like,
I
he was okay the first time I watched it because I've never seen the show. But then when I rewatched it, I was like, I don't like you. He's like, I don't know. They try to make him too likable. That I
But
was
they succeed.
no,
He's the best. Are
he's
you
not
kidding?
the best. He's an asshole.
No, I
He
love him.
he treats Dwight horrible.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. I'm shocked.
Hey,
Are you kidding?
I'm woke.
Dwight
Hey,
treats
I'm
him
woke.
terrible.
No,
Okay,
Dwight is
but
being bullied.
no. Are you
Yes.
kidding? Oh, I don't know. I think Dwight is well aware of his actions and
Now,
how
but
he is.
yeah, I mean, but at the end, like I said, he grew like the last, even though the last two, I guess 2 seasons where Michael
Hmm.
was gone,
Yeah.
Jim, they made him a little less, a little more. Actually, the last season he was just, it was just pointless. The last season, I can't, even, I don't like it. But like when they went to Florida, I really enjoyed those few episodes when they were in Florida,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, those are good.
yeah, and then anything with Andy, they try to force them down our throats at the end of whenever he became the manager.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was a
yeah.
horrible choice too, and you just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, see that I it had some good moments, but then there's such good writers that even when I like earlier talking about Robert California being terrible, they're so good at writing that there's still funny moments. Like even with Andy being the head, it was so clearly wrong, but they had some good moments. Like when he went and got the tattoo, and I don't know. I just remember that being a really surprisingly heartwarming moment when it should not have been. But they're just good at writing. I
Yeah,
think I think what they drug out for way too long was whenever he was fired, and then he was just like coming to visit and stuff. Not fired. Well, yeah, he was at the very end. Whenever Andy didn't have a job,
yeah. Honestly, I skipped through those episodes. I watched
I
the last season. I watched the last like beginning of the beginning episodes, and I skipped like
mhm.
two or three and just get to the end to the last episode. It's yeah, the whole
Yeah,
thing with Andy and coming back and I'm gonna become a singer and him
Ugh,
auditioning. I'm like, I don't care about him anymore.
don't care at all. Hey, did you hear? Have you ever heard that they were gonna do a spinoff with Dwight? It was gonna be called Shroot Farms, and they actually aired the pilot episode as one of the Office episodes in season 8, and it was like the worst rated episode like ever. I mean, I'd have that technically correct, but it was really bad, and they just scrapped it all. They were like, "Never mind, we're not doing a spinoff."
Really?
It was, yeah. Okay, do you remember this episode? It was like,
Where his with
that,
his the is it where the ant died?
yeah,
Yeah, that was a
and
weird episode. I didn't think that
yeah,
was it.
that was gonna be a spinoff show of Shroot Farms,
That would have been
and then it
yes, because
failed.
I wonder why they made that his brother, that one guy. He's a I've seen him in a few things. They
Yeah,
yeah, it was weird. I didn't know that. That's interesting.
yeah, it was something in the podcast, man. That's one thing that they kept talking about. Um, was that episode. But yeah, so I don't know. It's like it sounds like a great idea on paper, but then that was one of the worst episodes.
Yeah, I didn't
So
like that
I
episode.
don't know. Yeah, so I think that probably a good idea that they scrapped it, but I don't know. I don't know. It was just weird with him and that girl that was randomly they're trying to make like a love story, and it's like, who are these people? I do not care.
Yeah, they threw her in a few more episodes. Like they
Yeah.
like that she like they were gonna make him, I guess, marry or I guess go out with her, whatever. But I'm just like, the show's about to end. This should have been seasons ago where you should have thrown another
Yeah.
love interest for Dwight when we all knew
Yeah, but that
that he was gonna end up with Angela anyways.
had to. But that's why I'm wondering if Shoot Farms actually happened. Were they just going to bring Angela on, or, you know, was Angela not going to be a part of it and they were trying to make a side story, like something, another direction? I don't know, because they never said anything, but
Yeah, because remember that episode at the end? They're all standing and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna run this farm together as a family." They had like a
yeah.
whole, and I'm just like, that's a weird way to end an episode.
Yeah, you're like, what? And that was like, I think it was fully gonna be the pilot. Like they just threw it in. We're like, hey, let's make it an episode and see how it goes. And it flopped. Terrible. People were like angry about it.
Yeah, and because I remember at the beginning, he's like, "Who's gonna?" They were like, "Who's gonna be invited to the funeral?" And he had the sand and throw in everybody's faces. And they're like, "You
Yeah.
have to have one of the cast members in the pilot episode." And I guess the only one they could get was Oscar, because he's the only one that went to the
Yeah.
funeral.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And I thought that was also weird because they've never interacted really the whole series.
Yeah, it's like, what is this pairing? I guess they thought that there'd be some unexplored territory there.
Yeah. Now that you're thinking, now that you mentioned that it was supposed to be a pilot episode, it makes sense why it was so weird and strange.
Yeah, and absolutely out of place.
Well, there you go. I didn't have no idea.
Yeah, there you go. Learn something new.
So also
Yeah.
okay, and also about these characters. Another character
Uh-huh.
that I didn't like was Michael Scott's wife. I can't believe I'm forgetting her name. That's how much I do not care for her. Um,
I was about to be mad at you, but hold on.
her name
Um,
is
I mean, I love her, but right now I can't think of it. Hold
the
on.
blonde. I forgot her name. I can't believe I'm forgetting
Yeah,
her
yeah, yeah.
name.
But they're like the best couple.
They're not the best couple.
Are you kidding?
She came off like, I know she was trying to be goofy like him, and I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
Like
It didn't work for you. Holly Flat.
Holly, yeah, I couldn't.
They were so
I mean,
sweet together, but
the story it didn't, I like the way he left and whatever, but I mean, I just didn't like.
yeah.
I mean, I don't hate her. I just didn't think she was as entertaining as I thought she'd be.
I think that it made sense because I don't want Michael to, he needed to end with someone because he's always been desperately searching for companionship. And so, in order to have a happy ending, I think for his character, he needed someone. And who in the world is going to put up with Michael Scott? It has to be someone that's goofy and has that same humor. So I thought it was a nice touch to bring, because I just so assumed that he would end with nobody. I was like, there's no way. In the Jan, that whole storyline was entertaining, but she's terrible. She's scourge of the earth.
No, yeah, I like the way they did his whole story arc, and it ended. I liked it, and then it was just I thought, I mean, it was, I guess it's a Michael thing to do where he wasn't gonna tell them he was leaving the day before, but
Mhm.
I figured you should. It's Michael Scott. Do a big uh episode where maybe he's gonna miss the airplane and you have to I don't know, make it. But
Yeah,
it was just, I mean, I would
do
see him.
something else.
You could see him do that, like just avoiding the confrontation of everybody. I gotta say about everybody, but at the
Yeah,
same
well,
time, I wanted more.
yeah, I don't know. He's a goofy character. I think it was really sweet because I think that they do this well with his character, where there's always this goofy showmanship. He loves like laughs and making people, look at him and be, entertaining and all that. But also, they keep his character very grounded by making him have these heartwarming moments. And so I think that was a nice way to send him off, where it was like quietly in the background because it was unexpected. Like you're saying, you kind of expect a big hoopla, you know, but I don't know. I think it was nice the way that they did that. I like it. I'm a I'm a supporter.
I liked it, but I just assumed they would have done something bigger. But it was fine
Yeah.
the way they did it because I would see him do that. It's something he would do as a character.
Yeah.
And actually, now that I was looking at this thing on the internet, and I just remembered the worst character that I hate. It's the
Who is it?
redheaded lady.
Nelly.
I couldn't stand her.
I was just about to say because actually the last episode that I'm somewhere in the middle of season 8. I started rewatching it during quarantine, and like you said, like season 8 is kind of pointless, so I always fall off during that time. But her character is a main part. It's just like you're gonna combine her with Robert California. Terrible. I can't watch. It's grating.
Yes, she was horrible. In
Yeah,
Florida, she's like, okay, I hate her. These few episodes, I have to deal with her. She'll be gone.
right.
And then when they brought her back, I was like, God.
Unbelievable. Who made that choice? Exactly. It would have been the perfect amount of time if they had taken her just through that first arc that she had. And then when they were like, all right, she's crazy, peace out. But no, yeah, like you said, they brought her back. Why?
And then they made
That's
her the
normally when,
manager.
yeah,
So you have to
ridiculous.
constantly see her. And I'm just like, I don't care about this lady. And she's
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah.
I
Well, if we're
just,
going to talk about the ending and the horrible bosses and all that, how do you feel about I almost said Will Smith, but Will Ferrell
Will
coming in? I
Smith.
was like, no, 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 wait a second.
I liked him.
But
He was weird. He was really weird. It seems like he plays that character in every movie.
yeah, oh yeah, he's just Will Ferrell
Yeah, I think they just
everywhere
pretty
he goes.
much they should have just said it's Will Ferrell because that's what he is anyways. Which I
Yeah,
liked
he should
it.
have just, yeah,
Yeah, he was
he did.
I think it was what, 3 episodes he was in, the last 3 episodes after Michael, maybe less.
Something like that.
But yeah,
I don't know.
I mean they ended his story arc. I mean it was fine. It was over. I didn't think they were gonna make him the main guy.
Yeah,
I didn't have a
I
problem with
think
him.
I had a problem with him. I thought he was also kind of annoying and random until I saw Nelly and Robert come in, and then I was like, oh no, these are bad characters.
They should have kept Will
Yeah,
Smith.
then I missed Will. Will Smith, yeah, then I missed Will Smith.
Yeah,
That's right.
maybe if they would have kept him longer, he would have been more annoying. But probably because the fact that they cut him out,
Yeah,
you're like, I'm fine. But like I said, they brought Robert California and
and he just
Nelly.
wouldn't leave.
They were, oh God, can't believe it.
Yeah.
Never mind. This show's not the best show ever. I take it back.
No, it's the best show ever, but we're gonna cut off the last season, and I'm gonna give that to Game of Thrones
I
too.
have to say, it sounds like another TV show that
I knew it. I was like, he's gonna say
please
something,
don't
but
bring it up.
I'm sorry. You can censor that.
I'm not ready.
Uh,
Okay, so
oh
now that we
man.
said our least favorite characters, and I guess we kind
Oh
of talked
no.
about our favorite characters, I actually pulled up this webpage. It's on the internet, and you know the internet doesn't lie, and it's always right.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
According to
Yeah.
this, I'm gonna tell you their top 10. I don't know who votes for this or who. Honestly, I don't know,
The
but
people.
yeah.
The
Okay,
people.
here's the top 10 uh characters in the entire show. according to
Okay.
the internet.
Is this is this in order?
From 10 to 1. I'm going to go with
Okay.
10 first. Number
Okay.
10, they chose Kevin Malone.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it. Number
I have a
9,
friend that that's their favorite character. Like she said she watches for Kevin.
yeah, he's one of my favorite. He's pretty funny.
Yeah, he's good.
Because he does a lot with the small amount of time that they show him. He's always
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, number 9, Andy Bernard. I don't know about that.
No, I
He
wouldn't put him
he
top
has his
10.
moments, but 8, Stanley.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
guess, but
there's nothing wrong with Stanley.
there's nothing wrong with him, but there's nothing amazing about it.
I guess, yeah, since that's the first thing I have to say, there's nothing wrong with him. It's not a resounding compliment.
Yeah, and then that was 8, 7, Daryl. I like Daryl. He was cool.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I do really like Daryl.
Yeah, he was cool the whole series. He was cool. I thought he didn't have.
Yeah,
I don't think he ever had anything that he was annoying in.
no, yeah, solid character. Okay.
Kelly's number 6.
Ooh, I guess.
I guess.
I guess because she's relatable. I mean, there's a lot of people in an office environment that remind me of Kelly.
She had her moments. Number 5 is Pam. Okay.
Okay,
Number
okay,
4 is Creed. Which that's weird putting number
amazing.
4. I mean, he's funny,
He,
but
he,
he really, really had very small screen time.
but dude, he's gold as
But
a
but all
character.
the crazy things that they would do with him, I think
Yeah,
that's a good spot.
I think it's fair, fair.
I remember the Halloween episode. He comes in with blood. He's like, "Oh, it's the Halloween parties today," or whenever they're doing the what is it? Michael called the police because Andy had not Andy, Toby had a drug supposedly.
Oh yeah,
And as
yeah,
soon as he sees the police walk in, he stands up. He's all like, he starts freaking out, and he's like, "Let's just
yeah.
pretend you're talking to him." That guy's hilarious. Anyways,
Didn't he have growing in his desk like mung beans
mung beans.
or something? It was something
Yeah, and
so
he's
bizarre.
I forgot who said he smells like old man. He's like, yeah, I know what that smell is. Yeah,
He's gold.
yeah. Number 4, he's good.
Okay, okay, okay.
Number 3 is Jim,
Okay.
and then you guess number 2 and number 1.
Oh, well, duh. It's gonna be Dwight and then Michael.
That's right.
Okay,
I
good.
think
At
1
least
and
there's
2 makes
that.
sense. 1 and 2 makes sense. You can.
Oh, come on. Three makes sense. I don't know. You're actually the first person I've heard that does not like Jim.
I can literally switch Creed with Jim, and I'll be okay.
But okay, but you would put Jim at four?
I'll put him at 5.
Oh, you're just gonna keep going down, huh? Who's four then for you?
Who cares as long as it's not Jim?
Wow.
I like Jim
Oh
from
man.
when he was in Florida.
See,
He was funny. He had his
so let me
moments.
explain. Here's why okay, Jim to me, you need Jim because to me he's like the only rational kind of like relatable character in the show that he's supposed to be the average Joe. Like you're supposed to be able to relate to Jim and then see the rest of the office around him with all the crazy characters, you know, but he's supposedly the relatable character, you know. He's pretty down to earth for the most part. He's got like level-headed expectations and he just jokes around with everyone and gets through his day. You know, he's not obsessed with the paper company like Dwight and Michael and like, you know, I don't know. So he's
Yeah,
necessary.
he can stay at number 5.
Okay, fine. But I think I would agree with the list if because if we say favorite character, I always have a hard time with that because I love them all. Like truly, they're all so well written. Michael has to be the top, and then Dwight has to be next. You know, like would you say otherwise? Do you have characters you like more than Michael and Dwight?
No, the number 1 and number 2, they have to be number 1, number 2.
It has to be. They're just genius.
Yeah, I think you can go into them 1, 2, and then whatever you do afterwards, I think it's just preference. I think
Yeah.
them two being 1, 2 is perfect. I remember that the girl that in the first season or second season, the purse lady,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. Yeah.
she's like a huge actress now. But I was just like when I saw her in oh, she was in
Yeah,
Arrival.
isn't that Amy Adams? That's Amy Adams, yeah.
Yeah, she was in Arrival. Remember? Wait,
Oh yeah, of course. She's also in Enchanted or yeah.
Yeah, when I saw her, I was like, "Whoa, this lady must be a big character in this show," and then she just disappeared.
Yeah, she's gone. She wasn't big back then,
Yeah, that's why
and so yeah,
she looked so young. I mean, no, she's
yeah.
not. She's not old or anything, but she looked really, really young.
Pam on the podcast or whatever, she was talking about, I guess, Jenna Fisher. She was talking about Amy Adams being in the cast was just like seeing a prettier version of herself every day. And she was like, that was hard because she was basically cast as the prettier Pam.
Yeah,
I'm like, ooh, that's rough.
this might
That's
this I
rough.
might be wrong. Might be an unpopular opinion, but I think Pam is more attractive than that lady.
Then Amy Adams.
That's me. I
Wild.
don't know. I might be wrong, but then I know
It's an
one of
opinion.
one of my friends hates Pam. Like she says she's so annoying and she's so ugly. Which I was like, first of all, she's not ugly.
See, my friend,
Let's be objective. She's
yeah,
put her on the show because she's an attractive lady.
yeah.
You hate her as a character. I understand.
See, she's attractive
What?
both. Like she's like down the line. Like she's supposed to be. I'm putting like quote unquote. She's supposed to be that like average. Can fade into the background, but it's still Hollywood, so it's
Yes,
not
pretty much.
actually.
But they did a good thing on this show. You think about it, they didn't really choose like a Hollywood attractive lady or an attractive guy. These all look
Right.
like normal everyday people,
Office people. Yes.
which you like all of them. They all have their quirks. They are kind of goofy looking, but they're all like normal people. They're not like all these. They're not Tom Cruise, and they don't. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which they did.
Yeah. Of course.
I think they went for that look anyways. But I mean, I
Yeah.
liked it. The fact that you can relate more that way.
Can we talk about how we basically work at the office?
But
I
we don't.
just we basically do. I describe anytime I talk about my workplace, people are always like, "Oh, you're basically working in the office because we've got the warehouse
Well, let's not mention
and
where
we've
we
got."
work.
Well, I'm not. I say.
I don't want to get fired.
I know, right? Well, no, but there was. Do you remember that day when a company sent over snow cones
That's like
or
every
whatever?
month. Every time
No,
something
but
goes
yeah,
wrong, that's the way they get on our good side. They
no,
send ice
but
cream cones.
but you know what that made me think of? That made me think of like it's that one episode where Michael is trying to think of something good. Like he keeps telling people he has a surprise for everyone. He's like, when the bell, whenever whenever work is over at 4 o'clock, whatever, I have a surprise. I've got a big thing coming for y'all. And he's just sitting in his office sweating, freaking out about what am I gonna give them. And doesn't he come out with like ice cream sandwiches or something?
Yeah, he.
Do you remember
Yeah,
that? He's like,
I just
here
saw
guys,
that.
and they're like,
I just saw that
it better be a
episode.
race.
Yeah, I just saw that
The
episode.
day,
They stayed
yeah,
late. Well, I forgot what they were
yeah, yeah,
doing. They stayed late, and then he had a surprise for them. Oh no, it was they were
yeah.
doing the health insurance.
Was that it?
Yeah,
I don't know,
Dwight.
but he kept saying he had a surprise for them, and he was like, "What am I gonna give these people,
Yeah,
bro?"
yeah. I
I don't
don't.
know, but
Maybe because you're friendlier with everybody at work.
I don't
I try
know.
to avoid a lot of people there. I'm
I
just
think you're just seated on the outskirts. I'm forced. I'm in the middle.
yeah, and I don't try to be friends with everybody. I'm weird like that.
Yeah,
It takes
fair
too
enough.
much
I
effort.
don't.
It takes too much effort.
Yeah,
And nowadays,
headphones
everybody
in.
gets offended too easily, so it's kind of hard.
Oh yeah,
Speaking of being
yeah.
offended too easily, I can
Okay.
honestly say that this show would not be able to run uh,
Y-
nowadays.
You don't think so? Even as like it's a parody of it. I was
No,
thinking,
Michael Scott, like the kids say, he would be canceled already because
but if you think about it, what's that show? Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
he,
Dude, that show is still running strong. And you've got Family Guy, you've got
but the thing about
American Dad.
the thing about it's always sunny. It's like a niche, like a I don't. I'm sorry, I can't say that
Yeah,
word.
I guess. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Like
you
there's
got it.
only certain type of people like that show, which I love that show. That's my favorite show.
Yeah,
Honestly, that's my favorite
yeah,
show.
it's a
Um,
good one. Yeah.
like I've told people to watch it, and they're like, "It's not funny," and I'm like, "What? That show is hilarious. How is it not funny?" I think Danny
I had
DeVito
this.
is the greatest actor of all time.
Whoa, whoa.
Dude,
Okay, big statement.
he was the Penguin. He was a twin.
Yeah.
He was uh
Okay.
he was everything. I'm just like,
That was okay.
and now
That's
he.
everything.
No, it's just I've seen a lot of his movies, and I'm like, this dude has done everything. And then I've seen him on this show for like almost 15 years. He's been on this show, and he's been
Right.
hilarious.
He's good. I had the same experience with Always Sunny as I did with The Office. I didn't get it for a long time, but then I skipped somewhere in the middle where the characters are more developed, and then I liked it and went back and watched some of the beginning.
Yeah,
But I've never watched all of it. There's too much, but
of It's
I've
Always
seen a
Sunny.
lot. Yeah, but I've seen a lot.
Dude, there's some stuff on It's Always Sunny that I'm like, I don't know how they made that, how that made it out on TV. It's pretty.
It's insane. It's insane. It makes The Office look tame and calm. And well, actually, I was just hearing someone talk about this with The Office. Is nowadays, or I, or in a way, The Office, they felt anyway, could be credited with making people kind of feel like they can speak up. Like you recognize these crazy qualities, and you see it happening, and you're like, no, that is crazy. You're watching it on the TV, and you're like, clearly that's insane. And when you see it in your everyday life, it kind of empowers you a little bit to be like, no, this is crazy. It validates that you're not wrong to think that that kind of behavior is wrong. And so then it could help encourage people to go and report things when they see it. And it's also because they're in no way saying that it's all positive. Like they're constantly trying to battle Michael's, personality. They're always having to call in people. Like that one episode, they're trying to get him to sign the paper saying that he took the class, that he's not gonna um was it racial? I can't remember what he did that was wrong. But they were like, we need you to sign the paper. We came here and we only need your signature, and he wouldn't sign it.
Yeah, that was the
Do you
one
remember
with
that?
the Chris Rock routine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They
Oh no,
with
yeah, yeah.
they had the guy doing the meeting was called Mr. Brown. He's
Oh
like
yes, yeah.
he's like, I'm not gonna call you that. That episodes like that, I don't think would be able to make it.
But
And then some of the
it's
things he
not
did,
an
some of the things.
untouchable.
Okay, let me say the reason I'm saying it is because The Office was more mainstream. It's
Mm,
way more mainstream than It's Always Sunny.
but it's not more mainstream than Family Guy.
But Family Guy is not that crazy.
You don't think Family Guy can be crazy?
No, a show that's really crazy that's still on somehow is South Park.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's one I can't.
I
I
haven't,
can't get into that
I
one.
haven't watched it in probably 10 years. I don't know what's going on anymore. But that show it. But I guess it
Yeah.
all depends on where they show it. But
Hmm.
like, okay, let me get if they make The Office, but they make it for like HBO, it should be fine. It's
Hmm.
HBO. You're
Yeah.
paying for it.
Yeah, I see what you're
I'm
saying.
talking for like regular TV, like on
It
CNN.
can't be just a sitcom. Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't last. People would be like, "Oh, it's so offensive. You can't say that."
Yeah.
You know how he's always making fun of the guys, calling them gay and this and that.
Yeah.
That you
Yeah.
can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But it,
But I think even then, that's what they were pointing out, is they were at the time even like, you can't say that, you shouldn't do that, and people would come down on him. He's not a moral compass. Like no one is trying to say he's a good example of how to act. He's almost a villain, but that's why they have to give him heartwarming moments, you
yeah,
know?
he's good. I like. I mean, the show's great. I'm just saying. I
Yeah.
think it'd be
Oh
hard.
yeah.
It'd be hard to make it mainstream on the regular network,
Yeah.
saying all the things he said, which is
Yeah.
crazy because it's not that long ago when this show came out.
I
Uh,
know.
what year did it start? Like 2000 and
Well, I know there was 2008 is when they had, like, they were like mid-seasons. Hold on. Let me see. Everything is a Google search away. The Office, airtime. So
two.
it started in 2005.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was a while ago.
I take it back.
That was
That is a long time ago.
that was like wait. 15 years ago.
Dude, I was 8. I was 17 when this show came out.
What? I was I think I was in fifth grade.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been watching this show anyways.
I wasn't. I remember in high school, my first long time exposure to it was on a band trip to Disney World. Our director made us like he brought the full set of The Office, and that's what we were going to watch on the bus on the way to Disney World. And all like half of us were just like, oh, who cares? But then the other half was like cheering and happy. But I just remember I think it was like 20-hour drive, and it was just The Office on
You know
constantly.
what I was watching in 2005? It wasn't The Office. It was professional wrestling and
Oh,
uh I think basketball. Eh, I had no idea that show even existed.
yeah, I have nothing. I was
It
probably
just
watching Disney, strictly
yeah.
Disney.
I was probably still watching Disney too. I don't remember. That's a long
Yeah,
time ago. Yeah. Damn,
yeah,
that's crazy. 2005, huh? So yeah,
yeah.
I guess yeah, things were a lot different back then.
Yeah, you're right, you're right. It would be hard. They would definitely have to adjust modern day.
But I mean,
But
it's good. I mean,
yeah.
it's gonna suck when Netflix takes it off.
Oh, don't even go there. I know. I
Well,
have
they already
HBO
said, right?
for Friends. I know. Yeah, I know. I
They
think they announced it back when they announced they were getting rid of Friends, but they were keeping The Office for much longer, but it was still a, death sentence.
I don't know if you saw this. You know how they have the intros, like little mini intros for all the episodes.
Yeah, the cold opens,
Yeah, the
yeah.
cold opens. There's one that they released on YouTube where it's like it's Halloween where they have kids going to the
Hmm.
warehouse.
I don't
Uh,
think so.
you haven't seen it? You should look at it. Apparently it was too hot for TV,
What?
so they didn't even air it.
Oh, yikes. What does it even mean for this show?
It's
What do they have?
but it's not as bad as some other things they've done.
Okay, the only information I have is kids going to the warehouse. What are they doing to the kids?
Oh, I should probably say what happens.
I
Okay,
know you're like, it was
I didn't think of
too
that.
much.
No, it's Halloween. The kids are it's like a haunted house thing.
Okay.
So they
Okay.
try to scare the kids, but at the end, I forgot who. I think it's Michael is hanging, like
Oh!
he hung himself. But
Oh,
but I forgot what he
okay.
says. He's hanging, but he's like he says something to the kids, and I'm like, yeah, that's bad. But like, do you remember the episode where the IT guy comes in? He's an Arab guy, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh God, it's happening!" And
This is early on,
and
huh?
he turns off the lights, and he's like, "Don't!" And he he makes him seem like he's a terrorist.
Yes! Yes! And he's like, dude, hasn't he worked there for a while too?
Yes, and I'm like, that's way worse.
That is but that was also 2000. That was
6, 5,
closer.
yeah.
That's even back then, it was much more. I mean, it still is. What are we talking about? But I don't know. That seems a bit like a little too soon to be joking
But I
like
think
that.
that's more offensive than
Yeah,
it's Halloween. It's supposed to be a haunted house. I could see somebody being hung.
yeah. But then also, again, that's why they have these episodes like that episode. They're specifically highlighting people that are prejudiced and you know having that misconception, and they're addressing it and basically showing that making him out to be the fool because that's such a foolish thing to do. So they're not saying that that's the right thing to do, and they're not making the IT guy the enemy. It's like Michael is the tool to address all of these hot button issues, but I don't think that they were necessarily insensitive about it
So
in the
pretty.
same way that um, Always Sunny is terribly insensitive about everything.
They're hilarious. No, but
Yeah,
think about it. Michael is literally let's be honest. Michael is a sexist. He's homophobic.
yeah.
He's a little bit racist.
Are we going to talk about Todd Packer?
Todd Packer's my favorite character, so we're not gonna talk about him.
Oh, oh, okay. He was very close to being the worst character in the show. Are you kidding?
He was so funny.
No, that guy was a problem. I no,
They
but
pi-
okay, like you were
they
saying.
picked the perfect looking guy
Oh
to play that
God, yeah,
character. And that actor, I've seen a few movies. He's always so funny in all his movies.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. He did it well. Like that's what they were going for, and they hit it spot
That's what
on.
I'm
But
saying. I'm not saying he's a good
oh,
person, a good character.
terrible,
I said the character he played was spot on. It was so funny.
terrible. And when he tried to become a permanent member of the office, like when he was gonna stop being a traveling salesman and just work in the office,
Yeah.
it was a terrible episode. I almost want to skip it whenever it comes up. I think it's only one episode. Maybe it's like two in a row. I don't
But
know.
you know
But
all the horrible things he did, they kind of the last episode where he kind of got back to like they sent him to Florida, like they tricked him,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then later on he came back and gave them all like drugged up cupcakes.
yeah.
He kind of went away on a high note. He's like, I got my revenge. Now I'm leaving. So it's kind of like it was funny, but I was just weird.
Why have gotten to come up? Like he shouldn't have been allowed to get a last
No,
hurrah. That
he
guy
should
is
have.
terrible.
And then
That guy's
there's
terrible.
another episode where they hired that new traveling salesman,
Oh yeah, who's
that
like
one
good at his job.
actor. I forgot his name, but he's a big actor too. I love him in all the movies he's in too. I forgot his name. And then
Uh,
he was on for
yeah,
like
I don't
two,
know.
3 episodes, and then he just disappeared completely, which kind of makes sense. He is a pretty big actor. I can't believe I forgot his name, but he's there like he was working for somebody else, and they try to trick him. I don't even you probably remember who I'm talking about.
Oh, was it Josh?
I
No,
think
maybe
you're
not.
confusing him with the guy that they said he looked like.
No.
Because they made a joke that he looked like this other actor that's named Josh something.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up a list of people because
He was on Justified.
I've never seen. See, it was an actor that I recognized the face of, but I had never seen him in
Timothy
anything else.
Oliphant.
What? See, I've heard that name, but I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you as soon as you see his face, you're gonna know who he was in. Deadwood, the TV show on HBO.
Oh, see, never watched it.
He's in a lot of things. He's pretty good.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
but I remember that
Take your word for it.
yeah. I mean, I don't know why I brought that up. Why were we talking about that?
I don't know, man.
But anyways, yeah, oh yeah, he was the character they brought him on, and then
Yeah.
he
Oh, because
disappeared.
we were talking about, yeah, Todd Packer being a traveling salesman and then tried to not be, and then they brought in a traveling salesman. It was, I don't know. They were going through a lot near the end. Was that near the end? I don't know.
No, Michael was still
But
there.
okay, it's a blur.
Yeah, that's a lot of
How did you
episodes.
feel? Here's a question. How did you feel about Kathy Bates being the lady with the big dog, Joe Bennett?
That lady, I can't take her serious because I always think of her as Bobby Boucher's mom.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Uh,
I think of her as the Titanic. She's the
oh yeah. No,
Texas
no,
lady.
she's the Water Boy's mom. Uh, Everything's the devil apparently. Remember?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Women are the devil.
yeah, water. Yeah, when I saw her, I was like, I can't take her serious.
No,
I mean,
no.
she did a good job. I just always see her as the Water Boy's mom. But they didn't shove her down her throat. She was there for a few episodes, and you didn't see her for like 6, 7, 8 episodes. And then
Yeah,
that guy, her assistant was. I didn't think he was too bad
Gabe.
either. What was his
I
name?
liked them together. Gabe.
Gabe, yeah.
Yeah, I liked them together. I thought they were funny because he was just so spineless next to her.
Yeah, and he's so big too, and it's fine. If yeah, they did a good job picking him.
Yeah,
But I mean,
him with what's her face at the front desk? Ellie, is that her name?
no, her name is
You know.
Erin.
Oop. Eh, whatever. Erin.
No, but her name was Kelly. I don't think you remember. Uh,
Ellie.
you said Ellie?
I said Ellie. I think I was just thinking of Erin.
No, it's it her. There's an episode where the first episode she comes on in. Kelly is whenever they had that new general manager, the guy
Hmm.
that fired Michael. I forgot his name. The big actor, the famous actor, the black dude. Um,
Oh, Idris
yeah,
Elba
Idris
was
Elba.
on
I
there.
can't believe
Yeah, Charles
how
Minor.
Charles Minor. Yeah, yeah. They had him, and then Kelly was trying to like like get him to notice
Oh
her,
yeah, she was trying to get with him. Yeah.
and then she's like Kelly, and then the receptionist's name was Kelly, and she's like, and then she's like, just call me Aaron, and then they went from that's why you,
I forgot about that.
you're not a true fan.
No, but also the actress's name is Ellie.
Oh really?
I think that's yeah, that's what I was. I think I don't know. It's all a mix up. But yeah, her name is Ellie. Something Ellie Kemper.
Yeah, I liked her. The thing that I didn't like about it is that they try to make her and Andy be a thing, which I could not see. It's just odd.
Yeah, yeah. But then they're also I don't know. I think I like that one. What I didn't like was her trying to be with Gabe. That to me was so bizarre. Because but they also it's for the comedy, obviously. But they kept making it so obvious that he was just bulldozing in that relationship.
Yeah, but I like the way she ended up though. They introduced that one dude and then they ended up together. That was
Yeah, sure.
if she would ended up with Andy, that would have been a weird ending.
Yeah, Andy needed to end up alone. He's got a lot of problems.
Yeah,
He needs to work through
yeah,
his anger. Did you? Oh, here's another fun fact. He was supposed to be a villain, like purely just be a villain. And then that episode where he punches a hole in the wall, I think was supposed to be his last episode. He was not supposed to be long term at all, Andy. But they liked his character so much that they were like, okay, wait. Then they were kind of screwed because they were like, we've made him so unlikable. How do we turn this around and make it to where we can keep him on the show? And they had to kind of make him like pitiable so that people liked him again
yeah.
to keep him.
A lot of people say they hate him, like he's the worst. And I'm just
Which he's
like,
pretty bad.
he's bad, but I don't think he's the worst. He
I
hasn't.
also think we work with some people like him too.
I think everybody
I'm just gonna
does.
say, yeah, I think that's also why people can't stand him. Is he does a good job of it. I think people can kind of, relate somewhere in their memory
You better hope
to
nobody at
someone that
work
they can't
listens
stand.
to this and they
Hey,
start
I
asking
can assure
questions.
you, I can assure you that the person that I'm thinking of would never think of themselves. They'd be
Well,
like,
I'm just
I'm
saying,
perfect.
I'm just gonna make a disclaimer. I love everybody at my job. Everybody's super
Oh,
nice.
hey, I like Andy. What do you mean? I didn't list him as one of my least favorite characters. I said I don't like
Oh, now you're
Ryan.
backtracking.
That's right. I am. Oh, whatever.
Nah, but yeah, he's okay. I mean, I don't think he was as bad as some people make him out to be. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
hear about that. That was supposed to be his last episode, and
Yeah.
I guess he went to go film The Hangover or something.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
'Cause I remember he
I
was in The
I guess
Hangover.
it would have been kind of around that. I wonder. Time is weird. I can't even remember when The Hangover came out.
If
I
we look,
wonder.
it's gonna be like 2006.
I know. I'm like, what?
Yeah, which
Impossible.
is probably right.
Yeah, because they've come out with Has there been two or three?
There's
There's
like nine of them now.
Fast and Furious. Let's see. The Hangover. Let's see. It came out. Oh, okay, not too bad. It came out in 2009.
Uh,
Still 10
that's
plus.
10 plus. Yeah,
So bad. Oh,
yeah, it's crazy.
that's crazy. Can't imagine.
So let's see,
Good
what
times.
else can we discuss about The Office? Because we can literally go. Oh yeah. So which holiday episode was your favorite? Like Christmas, like they have parties, Halloween,
Ooh, I didn't expect that question.
because
Um,
they're kind of like special. I guess you can say as special episodes because they have a theme or like a
okay.
themed episode. Like when they went running, they had the marathon, or they went on the boat
Yeah, yeah,
or the
yeah.
beach. Remember the beach?
Yeah, of course. Oh, oh man, I don't even know if this fits into that, but I can say what my favorite episode is.
That works too.
But okay, if we're just gonna open it up, I think I would probably say my favorite episode is the dinner party. I cannot tell you how hard I laughed with the little flat screen TV that he has when he just clicked it out and then clicked it back in. Amazing. Comedy gold. Amazing. And he's just standing right in front of it. 2 inches away watching it. Oh, good.
And he's like,
And then
I can pull it towards me. Watch.
yeah, it's like 2 inches off of the wall. Oh, it's so good. That whole episode. I mean, it's both the cringiest episode. That dinner party is a nightmare, but it's like every fear of whenever you try to go out to some sort of social event, and it's like, oh, I'm stuck here now. Is this like purgatory? What is this?
I think one of my
Terrible.
favorite episodes, since you took the idea that we're not, anyways, just kidding. Okay.
Yeah.
One of my favorite
Sorry.
episodes is whenever they went to go steal the printer from
Oh no.
from
From Kathy?
Kathy. Kathy was her name.
Was it? Oh, maybe not.
You're throwing up their real life names. You're probably calling them by their
No,
real
is it
names.
really? Hold on, hold on, hold on.
No, her
I
name
can
was
look up a
something
list of
else. It
names.
wasn't Kathy. It was
Karen, Karen,
Karen.
Karen,
Yeah.
Karen.
So yeah,
I know it's a K.
and then they dressed up with the mustache and
And Jim was so reluctant. He's like, oh God.
yeah. And then when they got caught, that show episode. I'm sure there's another one I like more, but that one came to my mind.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Let's see. Another really big one is of course this well, I think of episodes as specific scenes. And so I'm like, another of my favorite scenes is of course the CPR dummy. Whenever Dwight just cuts the face off of the dummy and they
That's true.
cut
I
over to
forgot
him,
about that
that
one.
is insane. That is just one of the most I can't believe we got there like moments. They turned over, it's like, oh, of course Dwight's doing this. Amazing. Ooh, I mean I could go on forever and ever. There's the you were talking about holiday episodes, right?
Hmm.
I particularly like whenever there's like two Santas and I think it's this episode and Michael has Kevin sit on his lap.
Yeah. We're is that the one where he pretends to be Jesus?
I think so. I think after that he throws a fit and is like it just comes out as a different character then and they're all like, "Oh, this is not right."
Yeah, that episode can be very controversial too. So
Yeah, maybe.
I but actually, you know what? It's we've been doing it for running for about 50 minutes. We can do a part two, I guess, because like you said, right now we can go on for hours and
I
hours.
mean, truly.
And honestly, I
Yeah.
didn't even feel like 50 minutes.
No, I had no idea what time is it. Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So, but
Yeah.
anyways, we can do part two. Maybe get somebody else to join us, tell us their favorite, because literally we literally scratched nothing. We just
I
talked.
know. I could sit here and while I'm thinking about favorite scenes, I could just go on and on. There's
Yeah,
so
so
many.
it's like I said, it's such a great show. But
Of course.
if you would like to join me next time, we can do part two, and I guess
Yeah.
we can even do some little trivia or something.
Yeah, sure. I that would be fun.
Yeah, just something because, like I said, we can talk about The Office for days and days. And I might actually check
Yeah.
out those girls ladies podcasts so I can.
Yeah, I think it's called Office Ladies.
Yeah, I got to check that out so we can even discuss what they talk about, which
Yeah.
it's pretty interesting what you've told me. So,
Yeah.
but
Crazy stuff.
either way, I'll see you at work.
Yep. See
Stay
you then. Thanks
safe,
for
and then
calling.
ready for
Yeah.
part two.
Alrighty. See you, dude.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.